What you're about to see now
Hello, do you remember me? That was silly, wasn't it? But anyway, more to the point, do you remember Nigel? Yes. Nigel's been sat around the back now for a month, almost. And it's time to dig him out and let him play out. On Thursday, it will be June. Today is Tuesday. That's not too far off. Anyway, the thing is, this car has always been one that's lovely and shiny and not without fault, but certainly well presented in a kind of cack-handed sort of way. So why don't I bring the old fella out, give him some clean up, and well, it's not just give him a clean up, you know. Nigel is an ongoing project. There's always little tiny things to attend to here and there, and one of them, of course, is deep scratches. Deep scratches. Yes. Well, Nigel's battery is just a bit flat, but I have the new top-done thingy, the bigger one, which will definitely be, well, the other one's good enough actually. Yes. I've never tried the tripod from this angle before. Will it work or just fall over? It's working! Yes! Oh, it's fallen over. With this amount of dust everywhere, it's no wonder things get dirty, is it? A month is all it takes. It was clean when it was parked up, and now it's filthy. Filthy. And it's nothing to do with me. I've not had any influence on this whatsoever. Normally the insects want this bonnet, but at the moment it's just too dirty for them. Just look, there's a sticky film on absolutely everything you see. It's disgusting. It just looks to me like it's been pulled out of a barn. And it's just occurred to me that that's going to be the title, and that will explain why this title is so misleading. Hosepipe issues yet again. This time it's from this end, where it suddenly plopped off and was spewing water everywhere. That means, of course, I then have the lovely walk around the back to switch the water off, so that, you know, the water's not out of control. It's a nice walk. You know, I do quite a lot of walking during the day, and this is one of the reasons. If I've got to go inside here, because of the way I set this up in the first place, which now, in hindsight, does seem a bit wrong, then it's like being a giraffe in a rabbit warren. Water back on. The trip back out. Next week, you'll see that I'll tidied all this lot up. Oh yes. Is that a guarantee? No. But I guarantee I'll be thinking about it. More chocolate. Yes, as you may well have gathered, today's episode is about Nigel, and you will have gathered that because you've seen the title and you've already watched part of it, you've seen the car, and I've talked about it. But just to confirm, your suspicions were justified. Last night I actually put Nigel away because Toby Charles and I went out to Senior Mustards, and I consider where he lives to be a bit probably safer to leave the car, so I wasn't really too worried about leaving that outside. Now, as with the rest of any cars really, it's always an ongoing process of making things ever so slightly better as you go along, and this one has been over 2 years in the making. Yeah, 2 years, over 2 years, 2.5 years, 3 years probably, if you consider the time I actually got the car back, of changing bits and making improvements here and there, and I still haven't finished. Next job is to sort out all of the black bits with this stuff, see how well it works. Well, before and after, and as you can tell, I have already done that job. I did it yesterday, but I didn't film it because I forgot, and basically what I did is just put a filter on, but I haven't entirely finished, and there are some other bits of this stuff yet to do. And not only that, although I may have gone over it once, there are still a couple of tiny bits missing. Closer, look closer. Yep, just bits there like that. That will never do, will it? Just like learning and education, the more you know, the less you know. With a car and cleaning it, the more you clean, the more you've still got to do. Once your eye is properly drawn to the scratch or the bit of dirt that's left behind, then, well, I mean, at that point, you notice it's worse than you realise, and you become obsessive and you just carry on going. Now, I washed this 2 days ago. It spent one night outside, and now to my mind it's dirty again. Thank you, James. Not seen these for a while. All of those horns down there. I wonder if they all still work. Don't like that there. Don't like that. Just clean these up. Another plus point for the Hour Troll stuff. It works on the rubber. I think it needs about 3 going overs with about 3 or 4 times to get these mats a bit nicer. Nothing beats this. I think there's something wrong with this chap's car. What could it be? It's uncontrollable, especially having had a month without it. I can't help but smile. It just does it for me. Nothing will ever work as well as this for smiles. That's what I reckon. Maybe that would explain that car as well, actually. Just as I got onto Wildhouse Lane, there was a Fiesta. I think it was a Fiesta. Again, you just don't know what cars are these days unless you're looking at the badge. Anyway, it went on to Wildhouse Lane, but then started slowing down like instantly. And I thought it was a bit strange. And now it's just occurred to me, maybe he was distracted by the awesome sight of Nigel so much that he forgot where he was going. And that's a shame, actually, because that means that Nigel is a little bit like all of the other summer distractions, and then it makes me feel irresponsible. I am driving the equivalent of a sexy lady walking down the street with her jugs out. That does look a bit better than yesterday, just by applying just a bit of lacquer to the scratches. The scratches have almost disappeared, and the same goes for that bit there and that bit. Good, well done me. I need an arm extension so I can pat myself on the back. The next job is going to be wheels. My wheels have gone rather dull, and yeah, the back one's not too bad, but the front are just rather dull. Just like a conversation with a rather dull person, these wheels are rather dull. Yes, rather dull. Well, Nigel, what can we do next with you, eh? because you've had all of your black bits made more black, you've been cleaned, you've had a couple of the scratches kind of covered up that I can do not much of them down at the moment. And then well, besides the wheels need doing, grill replaced with one that isn't smashed to bits, more black bits. But what is rather curious though is there's going to be some confusion again here, because it's not clear that this isn't a streetwise. Now, I think the most boring thing I could make you watch right now would be me washing my car yet again. So that's why I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to put you through that, not without some sort of voiceover anyway. I don't mean to make a song and dance about it, but I'm going to rinse the car, snow foam the car, wash the car, rinse the car, then dry the car, then go home. One thing that Nigel doesn't currently have is aircon. Well, I mean, it does. It's got an aircon pump, it's got all the pipes, it's all there, it's original, but there's no gas in it. And if I did get it regassed, I have a feeling it wouldn't really work, because it's not had any in for such a long time. It's probably going to be a bit corroded in there. But on a day like this, surely it's better just to have the windows open. Ooh, that's lovely! Lovely, 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 lovely. I would like you to imagine a super slow motion shot of a curvy lady's bottom being slapped, and then look at my headlining.